Alright, now I'm going to try and cover my last 4 issues of New Comic Book Wednesday here on Original Bacon, part 4 of my new comic books that I've gotten over the last 2 weeks. First off, these are the same issue, but 2 different covers. They were $1.99 each, so I picked up both of them. Avengers No More Bullying. Got the Spider-Man cover and the Avengers cover. I really like the artwork that they've been doing for the No More Bullying series. First off, we have Avengers being attacked by this giant robot. And the Avengers are being mean to Hawkeye, and he doesn't like that they're bullying him all the time, and that he knows that they all feel that he is the weaker Avenger, although they all talk him up afterward, and he has a plan to take down the robot. And he is apologized to by Thor and Iron Man and Captain America, as he is a worthy member of the Avengers. Next we have on Guardians of the Galaxy this little alien. Apparently there's 2 different breeds of these aliens, and one doesn't want to socialize with the other, but one is friends with the other, but he hides his friendship from the other so he doesn't get bullied. Meanwhile, the others find out about it, and he gets upset because he's hiding his friendship from his other friends so that he doesn't get bullied himself and doesn't step up and help him when he's being bullied. And the Guardians step up and say, you gotta be friends with who you're friends with, and stick up for your friends, otherwise nothing's ever gonna change. Meanwhile, Spider-Man webs up this guy because he robbed a bank, and then he webs away, finding out that this kid is webbed or duct taped to a pole. He's like, oh, you must have robbed a bank too, and then ha ha ha. And he finds out the kid's been being bullied by everybody, and Spider-Man tells him about how he used to be bullied when he was younger, and how he got back at Flash by giving him this formula that was supposed to make him stronger, but just ended up making his skin turn blue, and it ended up just making Peter feel hurt and making his bully feel even more hurt, and made it so he acted out more against Peter. And then Peter goes back to apologize to the gangster that he had stopped from robbing the bank, and apologize, saying that he shouldn't have jumped to conclusions and saying that he was a loser. And then there's some little funny thing where these kids are drawing and everybody's calling him a weirdo, and he just likes to draw superheroes. But if you keep on just being yourself, you'll find people that are a lot like you than everybody else, and then you'll make friends. And he ends up finding this kid that also likes to draw superheroes, and then they become friends. And so I got both issues, Spider-Man and the Avengers one. Alright, next series is one that I got for my wife, but I read it and she hasn't yet. This is The Unbelievable Squirrel Girl, issue 1. And she's moving to college. She's going to be a superhero. It reminds me a lot of Beavis and Butthead a little bit with the drawing, because she's got like buck teeth and really weird mouth. But she talks to squirrels, and she apparently lives in Avengers Mansion, and she's going to go to college because that's what college people do, so she can better herself and be one of the smart people. But she's arguing with the squirrel the whole time she's moving into college, and she's super strong. She's carrying all of her belongings from Avengers Mansion by hand over to her college dorm, and that just doesn't look right. But she says they're really light boxes, so everybody kind of just believes her. It's kind of weird. But then she ends up having this funny roommate, and then she ends up finding out that Kraven is outside, and so she needs to be a superhero and go save everybody, and so she goes and attacks Kraven. And they have this crazy battle that goes on for a while. And apparently Deadpool gave Squirrel Girl some cards that have the profiles of of Spider-Man and all these different super villains. And so she has a collector's cards of all the different superheroes, or all the super villains. See, That's pretty funny. Call him Cravey. He loves it. I love that part. And apparently Kraven was attacking the squirrel. And then Kraven, she ends up getting ends up having a little brain issue and ends up telling Kraven that he needs to go attack this whale gangster, and that Spider-Man's a wimp in comparison to this whale gangster, so if anybody can take on this whale gangster, then he's the true hunter, kind of thing. And then he leaves, and then she shows that her roommate has a pet cat, and so she shows her pet squirrel. And apparently the squirrel is warning her about something, but she doesn't believe the squirrel that there is some kind of catastrophe about to happen, and it looks like Galactus is taking a bite of the planet. So it's a little fun series. It looks like the next issue, Squirrel Girl is riding on Iron Man there. Funny little series. And my last 2 issues are Amazing Spider-Man, Spiderverse number 4. In this issue, Ben Parker, May Parker's, Peter Parker's son and daughter, Ben Parker and May Parker have been captured by the head of the Hunters, and Cosmic Spider-Man and his world have been destroyed. Meanwhile, other Spider-Men showed up, and they're going to go fight and help protect the other universes. This Japanese mecha Spider-Man shows up to try and stop everybody, but ends up being brutally ripped apart by the head of the Hunters. Meanwhile, Silk ends up finding out that she is on one of the Earths that was destroyed by the atomic bombs, and she finds out that the Hunters can't go to the radiated landscape, but the spiders can, because they have radioactive blood. And so she sends word to the Spider-Man that she's found a safe world for them to go to. Meanwhile, Jessica Drew has found the guy who makes the web that connects all the universes, and she is talking to him. And meanwhile, the Amazing Spider-Man, or the Ultimate Spider-Mans, are collecting more spider people. And meanwhile, Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Lady or Lady Spider are dissecting one of the clones. And meanwhile, the spider people more Spider-Man are coming, and more Spider-Man are coming. And meanwhile, Jessica Drew finds out that the baby has been taken to the Hunter world, and she gets some scrolls from the Spider world that are going to help the spiders take out. And Spider-Woman ends up teleporting the scrolls to Spider-Man, the main Spider-Man. And so they're going to escape into the world that Silk is leading them to. Where they find out that though the world has basically been destroyed, that the bunker that they found Silk in originally has a different Spider-Man, though it was the only one that was able to survive the Holocaust of the Atomic War, and it was Ben Parker. So, meanwhile, in Spider-Man 2099, one of the clones is stuck in this electric field while they are dissecting the other one. Spider-Lady and Spider-Man in year 2099 are in Trask Industries, or they're in Alchemex Industries, and they're going to dissect one of the clones while the other one is being held. Apparently, if one of them dies, then another one is sent to exactly where that one was, and so they have until the other one dies of the electrical, or kills himself basically, to dissect this one, find out what makes him tick, so that they can kill off the other ones. Meanwhile, he's sending messages taunting them, saying that that if they let him out, he will not kill them, but he will still kill the rest of the Spider-Man, and they heroically say that they will not let him out just to sacrifice the other Spider-Man, or the Spider-Men. Spider-People, because there's a lot of ladies too. Lots of good stuff here. Meanwhile, he decides that he's going to kill himself, so they'll send another clone to kill Spider-Man. And so he does, and now the other clone is on his way, and they have to get away and get information to Spider-Man. And so they call in a distraction, 2099 Punisher, who takes him down for a little bit and knocks him out and knocks him into like a subway, which I think that was pretty cool. And then, meanwhile, they teleport themselves back to the main universe, only to find out that most of the Spider-Man in the cosmic universe are dead, and now they have to find out where Silk sent the other Spider-Man. So we'll find out what happens probably tomorrow. Thank you for watching Original Bacon.